told at 2 years old, you're talking to them about their sex change? Why are you corrupting their brain? There was some other kids that are coming out that had transgendered, and they're regretting it, and they're talking, and they're coming out and saying, don't do this to your children. Why isn't anybody listening to them?
Let's take a look at this one here, guys. Check this one out. Check this story out here. This is unbelievable what they're trying to do to our children. Make this make sense. Check this out.
Prosecutors say they helped children change genders without telling their parents. The review is also looking at whether the districts violated parents' right to opt their child out of lessons on gender and sexuality. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin reports from Chicago. Mike, this just keeps happening.
Yeah, and Harris, if Illinois schools are transitioning students without the consent or knowledge of their parents, the Department of Justice is going to find out about it. As you mentioned, the DOJ has launched an investigation into some 36 schools in Illinois. The investigation is going to probe whether the schools are pushing woke agenda on the students, particularly if they're pushing sexual orientation and gender ideology. Now, the investigation will examine if parents have been notified about how sexual orientation and gender ideology is being presented to the students, whether parents are being kept in the dark about a child taking on another gender, and whether students are forced into locker rooms and bathrooms with a person born the opposite gender. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon tells Fox News parents have a right to know the curriculum being presented to their kids.
That's crazy. That is crazy, guys. Can you believe that now? I can believe it. I can believe it. I can totally believe this is what they ran on. This is what they ran on now. And they want to get funny now. They don't want to tell parents that their kids, they're changing their kids. Guys, make that make sense. Make that make sense. What are we going to do next? What's their plans next here? At least we got, listen, this is the right time here. This is the right time, right president here. It says here that Trump administration launches investigation into dozens of Illinois school districts for carrying out the transgender transition on kids behind the parents' back. What the F? Oh, my gosh. This is just unbelievable. You can't make this make sense. Make this make sense. Make this make sense. Let's get into some of the comments in here. Let's see if we can get any of the comments in this as well. There goes the first one here. Completely unacceptable. Yeah, schools do not... they don't get to make the calls at all. No, defund any district that pulls this BS. Definitely pull their card. Pull it. It says here, the only thing sicker than transitioning children is mutilating them. Oh, my gosh. And doing so without the parents' knowledge and consent, lock the people up who were doing this. Sick and evil. Okay, Illinois schools froze parents out so they could play God with their clubs. Gosh. Priorities flipping wrong way completely. Priorities are flipping. Yeah, just teach them how to read and write well. Can we just do that? 20 years ago, we would be laughing at this and say, this is impossible. But yeah, people say, this is just new times. Just deal with it. Hell no. Societies have not worked when this was going on. It says here, assault and battery, child abuse, and attempted possible anesthesia and medications and side effects here, terrorism, psychological welfare, and brainstorming, mutilating. What else? Gosh, that person got into it there. Yeah, they should be on hook for paying all medical and psychological bills. Okay, let's see here. We got, oh my gosh, you realize how stupid you sound? Carrying out transgender transitions? You understand how stupid you sound? That's the sound effects that I'm getting out of this here. I didn't get any phone calls. Yeah, it says here, Trump DOJ is finally protecting kids and parents. Dozens of Illinois school districts caught secretly transitioning children behind their parents' back, and now they're under federal investigation. J.B. Pritzker calls it a sham. No, this is exactly what parents have been, I guess, worrying about or fearing. It's all covered up there. I don't want to click it there. Oh, look at this right here. Just plain evil and disgusting. Everyone involved needs to be locked up. Hey, hello. This is For Real Mike. Who's calling again?
This is Jen.
Jen, how you doing? Is this your first time calling me?
No, I called before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple of months ago.
Oh, my gosh. Jen, what would you like to talk about? I'm so excited.
Well, I was watching in regards to the transgender.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of gotten out of hand now. And a lot of the, we need to have a reality check. The whole United States needs to have a reality check. We need to protect children.
Yes.
I think adults have been, these adults that are approving this, in reality, they need to be mentally checked.
Yes.
Who brings harm to a child? They are not even mature enough to make decisions.
Yes.
You got some that, they love to play with princess dolls. There's some that love to play with cars.
Yes.
They are not old enough to make a decision. Only if there's a perverted parent that is persuading them to live a life like that.
Yes.
You know what? There's little boys that do like to dress, probably in little princess dress. I don't know. There may be some girls are tomboys, but they grow out of it.
Yes.
I think what it is that they bonded, they put chains on the children to keep them in a way that they want them to be. They don't let the children be children. They don't let them to be in freedom. Like, isn't America supposed to be a land of freedom? I mean, aren't they supposed to be a land of freedom?
Yeah.
We're supposed to. We're supposed to have our free minds
Yes.
of what we're supposed to do, but in a place that is of order, of what it is naturally, not of what is perverted.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but the United States is the number one in pornography.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of adults that are really thinking with a really good mindset. All they're doing is just like, okay, let's just put the operation on this kid. I've been watching. Even there was I think a SEAL. I think it was a military. There was some other kids that are coming out that had transgendered, and they're regretting it, and they're talking, and they're coming out and saying, don't do this to your children.
Yes.
Why isn't anybody listening to them? They're the ones that went through it.
Yes.
And to me, it's like, if you're a great parent, you want everything for your children, focus on education.
Yes.
Because when it's all said and done, when they go out into the real world, it's not going to be, are you a male or a female? It's going to be, is your brain working?
Yes.
They're not going to be looking like, okay, are you, they're not going to look at, how you are, how can I say it? They're not going to look at it how you are, like, if you're a male or female. They're not going to look at it that way. They're going to look at it how you carry yourself.
Yes.
You basically carry yourself. So I think what it is, they're causing a lot of damage. Honestly, schools should stay out of it.
Yes.
If any school is listening right now, they need to stay out of it. They are paid by taxpayers.
Yes.
To go and educate children, math, history, science,
yes,
all the main education that they need to survive in the world that is not really nice.
Yes.
They, growing up, I'm going to tell you, growing up, we had gay kids, we had, lesbians, but you know what? We were all cool. Yeah, there were probably some people who made fun or whatever because it wasn't in their normal, but everybody was cool with each other. There wasn't like, and we also had principals that came out and said, if you bully, guess what's going to happen? Principals that cared,
yes,
that cared and said, you know what? Don't bully nobody because you're going to hurt somebody. How come we haven't seen that in all the schools where people are coming out and talking against drugs or talking against bullying or talking against all this stuff? No, we're focused on sex. Yes. Everybody's all focused on sex. Why are you focused on sex? These are little kids that shouldn't be like being told at 2 years old you're talking to them about their sex change.
Yeah.
At 3 years old you're talking. These little kids are only wanting to play with blocks and little cars.
Yes.
Why are you corrupting their brain? You must be a pervert. You must be a pervert for corrupting these children's brains like that. You know what? If anybody's listening to and they're getting mad, sorry, you are a pervert if you are carrying yourself and teaching these kids. You must be a molester. Yeah. You must be a predator that loves to have, I'm being reality. You must be one that loves children, that likes to hurt them. You must be an angry person with your own self that you have to go corrupt someone that's innocent. Coming out of a woman's womb and into a world that's full of nasties, and they don't even know this. You look at children, they can go in the playground, and it doesn't matter if they're black or white or Asian or anybody. I sit at so many parks with my children. You can see them, and they probably trip each other, and then they get up and they say, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And they learn how to forgive.
Yeah.
I think adults, we can learn a lot from the children.
Yeah.
We forget. We forget to keep our innocence. of what beauty is in the world. We forget about all these other things. Honestly, we forget about these simple things that the children have allowed us to remind ourselves as adults because we've forgotten them. Yes. And yet you have these people that are just, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be transgender. It's okay to do all this stuff. It's okay. Let's focus on this. And boys going into girls' bathrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Problem.
Seriously. That's a big problem. We're not doing these kind of things to these children. They're innocent. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Men do not belong in women's restrooms, and women do not belong in men's restrooms. It's called respect.
Yes.
So respect the whole society, not just yourself. And if you have an issue, hey, you know what? You have a separate bathroom. Yeah. I've been going to stores looking at the bathrooms. There's a man and a woman, and then there's a family one. Go use the family one.
Good one.
There's always another one.
Yeah.
Go. These are things that I've seen, and it's just getting really bad. Come on, get back to the basics. We got Chicago. We got to lift up their education over there. We got LA. We got to lift up their education.
Yes.
Why is all these other countries smarter than us? Because we're focused on sex, and they're focused on knowing how to clean a 9mm. They know how to handle guns, and people are afraid of guns. Excuse me, you're afraid of guns. Okay, we're afraid of guns. But you're thinking about all these different things that are. Our United States is falling apart.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
If we thought about our children. They're the future generation. They're going to be the future president, the future of anything.
Yeah.
We need to educate them to the highest. I don't care if you're rich or poor. Educate the children so they can be strong. So United States is known as a strong educational country instead of being flip-floppy.
Yeah.
Instead of bowing down to a small percentage.